Hello everybody, my name is Marc Gayout. I'm working for the Atos company currently in Toulouse, and I'm actually technical leader for different projects working with solution SAG. Today we'll present you online web method IS code audit solution that we made, which is named AnalyzeBox. For a quick summary, I will first start with a bit of context to explain you how we had the idea of creating this tool and what were the problems we had before. So as you probably know, we are speaking about web method context with webMethods software suite, which is composed of different components from API management to BPM, BRSM, and ESB. And when we will be talking about coding, we are mostly talking about code produced on the integration server component. The graphical coding is made using the SoftwareAG component, the SoftwareAG designer, and it's mostly done like you can see on the bottom left picture. The code is graphically coded, and then it's translated to XML files like you can see on the bottom right picture. One of the big questions you have when you are producing code is how do you make sure your quality is at the top? You are thinking mostly about maintainability and the respect of good practice, for examples. And to do so, it is essential to audit the code developed to make sure this quality is at the end produced. Unfortunately, using the SoftwareAG integration server development, it is allowed in particular for some problematic to produce non-executable code due to the fact that it is interpreted language behind the scenes. So you are able to produce codes that won't work at the runtime state. And it is problematic if you are able to construct infinite loops, for example, because the production won't work if you do so. So the designer does not ensure the quality of the integration server development, and to adjust this problem, we thought about a solution to audit our code directly, and this is how AnalyzeBox is born. Yeah, you understand how we had the idea, so let's go to the solution now in detail a bit. Just before, I wanted to make a quick introduction for Atos. So we are a company that is working with SoftwareAG solution for a long years now, and we have so far developed different tools around the DevSecOps process. We are trying to facilitate and accelerate this process around the web method integration suite, and we've developed different tools addressing different phases of the process so far. So for example, you have the build and deploy pipeline asset library that is linking Jenkins, an open source solution, with ABE. And you will find as well a different solution for monitoring, testing, and coding. And today we will speak about AnalyzeBox in detail. So what is AnalyzeBox? The solution is an online code auditing tool offering both a web interface and API. This is composed of different rules that will be able to be tested on your packages, IS packages that you will be able to export manually. And it will test different rules on the Flow and Java services, as well as providing you a calculation of technical debt. This technical debt will be an indicator of how many times you will have to spend to correct everything in your code to make sure the quality is at the best. You will as well be able to track the evolution of your packages by checking an history of them and making sure the quality is evolving correctly over the time and over the test. The solution also comes with different roles that you will have set up for you. So the first one is client-side account manager. This person will be in charge of creating project and assigning project managers. The project manager will be in charge of assigning members to the project and configuring the rules on its project. So he will have basically the right to modify different settings. And the member will be a person working for a project who will be able to analyze these packages using the tool. This person will be invited if he has no account by the project manager when he will be creating, setting up people for the project. For the Atos side, you will find an Atos administrator who is in charge of creating and configuring subscriptions, as well as the Atos support who will help user implement the tool. So I said we had like 50 rules already ready to be tested on your packages. They are split by domain, as you can see, from bug to naming standards. These rules also have different severity levels from blocker to minor. the technical debt aspect will be represented with a letter from A to G. A meaning you have nothing to correct, the package is as perfect from rule sides, and G meaning you have a lot of things to correct. The rules can also be activated or deactivated by the project manager. He can also choose to modify the severity levels of these rules in case the project is not working. The project has some issues with some rules. In case he wants to customize the project for himself. And if he can also configure thresholds for some of them. And of course, the rules are applied to flow services and Java services. So here you can see the online web client that you are able to access when you click on the link below. And as you can see, it's pretty easy to use. You only have to drag and drop your exported package from integration server directly into the web page, or open the file explorer if you want to test directly like this. If you don't have an account, there is a free trial without anything to do, so you can already test the solution using the link. The efficient online help as well is provided if you have an account, so you can click on the help button on the top right and access these topics. These topics will help you creating different stuff on the tool basically without needing to access the support for this. So I said it also had an API. Everything that is done by the web client can be done by API as well. Different API are exposed, and the Swagger documentation is available online in the link below. So this solution is already DevOps ready. It is really easy to integrate it into a CI/CD chain, and we already have it working for some project already. We are working with it using Jenkins and calling the API while sending the packages. And if we are not reaching a good quality for the development of packages, the pipeline will fail and the integration will fail as well. You can see the snippet for the call just in the picture. Now I will show you how it's working directly using the web client, and we will see a basic use case. So I'm going to show you a basic use case of how to use the web client. Of course, it will be the same using the API, but we will only see the web client for now. So the first thing to do is I'm going to log in. As you can see, my account is my email address. And when I will be logged in, we have different menu on the top right. I will start with the project one. If you click on project, you will be able to see the different project that you are attached to. So as you can see, I have two now. We will interest ourselves to the live show one. If I click on display project information, I will be able to see the information of this project with the account manager name and the project manager name. As you can see, it's me. You have also the number of analyses done on the project, as well as the API key that will be interesting to use for the API part. If you click on members, you will be able to see the members of the project. As you can see, so far we are 3 in this project. You can also check for the rules that will be tested against your packages. There is different categories, and as you can see, since I am the project manager of this project, I am able to edit the project, and I can either add or delete members, new or existing one. If you click on the plus at the bottom, you can add new members that will receive an email to set up their account. You can also configure the different rules by enabling or disabling them, and you can change the severity level of those directly like this and save or not. The two other menus are package related. So if you click on this one, we will see a bit later how it looks like, but you have the list of the packages that are being tested in this project with the evolution over time, as well as the analysis report that will give you the list of tested packages at the moment. You can click on your profile part as well to check your project list and reset your password in case you need to. On the help button, you will be able to access the documentation with the different topics I've talked about a bit earlier. So, for example, how do I download an analysis in CSV format? And as you can see, you will have the list of things to do to reach this goal. So let's go to the interesting part, the analysis part. So how does it work? Let's say I'm a developer and I want to test my packages recently exported. So I've got two cases. This one will be the bad one first, of course. So I only have to export my packages into this folder, for example, and directly drag and drop it inside. As you can see, the analysis is in progress. And when this will be done, you will be able to see the result. So as you can see, the analyzed package is the analyzed showcase one. The score is 95%, and the status is a blocker, meaning we have at least one rule block at the level blocker that is not respected. The technical debt rate is E, meaning it's bad. You will have to spend at least sometimes correcting different problems in your package, and you have the score list represented here. This is the detail of the technical debt calculated. As you can see, you got the letter here, and as well as an estimation of the time you will have to spend to correct the package. So here it is 1 hour 48 minutes. If you go down a bit, you will have the representation of the repartition, between the different domain. So you see the maintainability of your package is the most critical part to correct. If you check out this part, you will have the repartition between the different rules, the rules enforced. And here you have the representation between the criticality levels and the time you will have to spend to correct. So if you click on display the result, now you will have a better understanding of what rules were enforced and what components are concerned to be corrected. If you see, you can click on the different criticality level to check which rules are enforced. Like you can see, this one is disable services. So in this component, you have to at least check it for it to enable services or delete them because it's not good for performance. You can go down and check for each rules. And for example, if you check here, you are able to see that Java services are as well tested. This button will help you download the Excel file listing each tested rules and the impact. So it's good for developer use, as you can see. I've downloaded it right there. You have the same results that are displayed on the website, but it's good for developers because it's easier to filter. So this button is for this download. As well, you have information of different tests that are being passed and failed for the different criticality level. You have the flow complexity that is calculated, so you are able to know if your package has a lot of complex services or not, and the same view from before. If you go down a bit, you will have the different rules tested with paste if they are successful, and if not, you will have the status that was the result of the test. So for example, disable services in blocker. And if you go at the bottom, you will have an information for dependencies of your package. This one has none, so that's why you see there is no dependency found. And you have also the recapitulation of the different flow services that are in your package. So now let's imagine I'm a good developer and I'm gonna correct everything. So I'm gonna have to spend the time to correct everything and then go back to the analyze part after I'm exporting my package again to test if it's good. So I hope I'm good at the correcting part. And yeah, as you can see, I'm pretty good at correcting bugs. So now my package is at the top level, the status is passed, and my technical debt is A, meaning everything is good. If I go to the display technical depth, you can see I have nothing to do anymore. And if you go to the result parts, you will see nothing has to be displayed, so everything is perfect. An interesting thing for project manager or above, you can now go back to the project view. And as you can see, the analysis amount has increased to 2. And if you go to display part, now you will be able to track the evolution of different packages. So as you can see, this analysis showcase has a trend going up because the evolution of the package was good. So if I click on this one, this button, sorry, I will be able to track the evolution over the time. We can see we've done a first test at 95%, and then the second test was 100. So you can always filter by dates if you want to see over the time. And if you go down a bit, you will be able to see the different time it was tested and with the rating of technical depth that was estimated by the tool. So you can see the first test we did was blocker state with a rating at A, E, and the second one was A. And last thing to show you is if you go to the analysis report part, you can see the different tests that were done by different developers. So you will be able to know who is testing and what is he testing. And if you are working for different projects as a member, for example, you will be able, when you are logged on, to choose the project you want to scan for. So you have to select the project, and when you will drop your packages, it will be associated directly to this project. So thank you a lot for your attention. I hope this presentation was clear enough. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact us. Thanks.